The controversial former member of the SIT, or the Special Investigation Team that probed the Ishrat Jehan case, Satish Verma, has finally broken his silence after a former Home Ministry official accused Verma of torturing him to implicate the Intelligence Bureau. Verma told NDTV that RVS Money, that particular Home Ministry official, was lying, and that Money had voluntarily admitted that the first affidavit filed in the case, which said Ishrat was a terrorist, was indeed drafted by the IB.
Satish Verma, so many questions arising out of this Ishrat encounter, the most serious of which is a direct allegation against you by a former Home Ministry official, RVS Money, that you physically tortured him into making statements against the IB.
That's not correct. It's wrong. And he has actually made these allegations for the third time now. First time he made those allegations similar to this. Was just after his statement was recorded by the CBI in the month of June 2013. Then he said that because people believed, once he would have gone back, then people came to know that Mr. Money had told the CBI investigating officer that the affidavits that he had filed, they were basically, the first affidavit was drafted by the IB. And this affidavit contained details about the police investigation subsequent to the encounter.
Now, hold on. You're saying that this first affidavit was drafted by the Intelligence Bureau? On what basis are you saying this?
Yes, that's what Mr. Money told us. Mr. Money told us so when we examined him, that how did he write in the affidavit. It's a very long affidavit which goes into details that were only available to the investigating officer of the Gujarat Police subsequent to the incident. So my question and the CBI question to Mr. Money was that how was he privy to all this? Because he was filing this affidavit on behalf of the Government of India.
But this is precisely Money's point. He says that you, and I'm quoting here, put cigarette butts on his thigh to make him say all of this.
That's complete nonsense. For one thing, there is nothing like that in the statement of Mr. Money. He has said nothing material, and he said that we wanted him, he is alleging that we wanted him to implicate officers.
The wider question, and this is now being made even by senior Home Ministry officials, former Home Ministry officials like G.K. Pillai, that this was a successful IB operation and that this was wrongly turned into a fake encounter for motivated reasons.
If this is true, which is true, I will say, because the CBI charge sheet exactly says the same thing, that this was a controlled operation of the IB, where some people came here, they were caught, they were clubbed with Javed and Ishrat and killed in cold blood. Now this may be a brilliant operation, one, but then this is also a fake encounter. So both are true. It was a brilliant operation.
Look, the fake encounter part aside, the accusation here is that the Gujarat Police may have been involved in it, but that you and the other investigators dragged the IB into it. And this was something some people are saying is actually hurting national security.
You see, devoid of any evidentiary foundation, anybody can say anything. But what is the evidentiary foundation here? The evidentiary foundation is that this was, as Mr. Pillai also very rightly says now, it was a brilliant operation of the IB, and in which Gujarat Police was also a partner.
What about the allegation that the IB was brought into it to go up the chain of command and ultimately try and frame the political leadership of Gujarat, that police officials were actually coerced into saying that they overheard conversations between Whitebeard and Blackbeard, an indirect reference to Narendra Modi and Amit Shah? What would you say to that? I
would say no, because the people who said that, these are not stand-alone uncorroborated statements. These statements were made before a judicial magistrate under section 164 of the CRPC, where no coercion ever works. There are safeguards to ensure that these testimonies and these confessionals are recorded, they are free, fair, and free of any kind of enticement or threat.
I just want to ask you in the end about Ishrat herself, because so much of this has come to revolve around it. You've had the Headley testimony indicating she was LET. You've had the LET itself claiming credit for her martyrdom. What do you think? Was she LET or not?
Again, it's not a question of my view. The evidence in the investigation, and it is part of the report of the SIT and also of the report submitted by the CBI to the Honorable High Court of Gujarat. And it says this, that after very laborious investigation on the subject, there is no material to indicate that Ishrat could have been a Lashkar-e-Toiba operative, much less a suicide bomber or a fidain.